This is video clip 2.2 Functionalist and Conflict Perspective of Adult Education. What is functionalism? Based on the assumption that society and institutions within a society is made up of interdependent parts all working together to maintain the system in a state of equilibrium. If these social institutions are organized around a core set of values, functionalist assumes that a society will operate smoothly and efficiently. What is functionalism? Study the ways that each part in the system contributes to the system's overall operations. It focuses on the ways that each of these social institutions helps the larger social system to operate efficiently. Functionalist perspectives on education. Education has three basic functions. Socialization function, that establishes and maintains social consensus and solidarity by teaching norms, values, and roles. The second function is selective function. Education sorts students according to their ability and places them in occupational roles best for them. The third one is economic function. Education teaches necessary skills for work. Conflict theory. Conflict theory argues that society is best understood as a competition over resources rather than a complex system striving for equilibrium. It is based on the assumption that every society is a system of relationships and social arrangements that are shaped by economic factors. There are struggles between social classes competing for scarce resources and for a better distribution of resources. Assumptions of conflict theory. The following are three primary assumptions of conflict theory. The first assumption is competition. Competition over scarce resources is at the heart of all social relationships. The second assumption is structural inequality. Inequalities in power and reward are built into all social structures. Individuals and groups that benefit from any particular structure strive to see it maintained. Schools are part of the ideological state apparatus whereby the dominant class maintains its dominant position. The third assumption is social change. Change occurs as a result of conflict between competing interests rather than through adaptation. Conflict theory and education. Education is shaped by economic forces and used by economically powerful people to increase their wealth and influence. The educational system reinforces and perpetuates social inequalities arising from differences in class, gender, race, and ethnicity. Education is a powerful means of maintaining power structures and reinforcing the privileged position of the dominant group. Conflict theory and adult education. Adult education can include an element of conflict and inequality, favoring the wealthy over the poor. Example: schools in capitalist societies help preserve the position of the dominant class by teaching the dominant ideology, whereby children learn to know and accept their place in society so that there is no challenge to the class structure. conflict theory and adult education. Thus, although education establishes and maintains social consensus and solidarity through its socializing function, the self-interest of individuals and groups requires that education be regulated by the state.